Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where we give you more news in less time. Let's get started. Tonight, the desperate search continues for a missing submersible and the 5 people on board who may only have a few hours of oxygen left. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk is tracking the very latest tonight. Kyle?
Well, yeah, Mark, and people around the world have been following this story ever since that sub touring the Titanic wreckage went missing on Sunday. The sub and the pilot on board have deep ties to Washington State.
Today, search teams in the North Atlantic battled tough conditions, wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour and 7-foot waves. The Coast Guard says they're still treating this as a search and rescue operation.
There have been multiple reports of noises.
A team of experts now trying to figure out where they're coming from.
Human sounds, nature sounds, and it's very difficult to discern what the source of those noises are at times.
And the Coast Guard can't rule out the sounds could be coming from the Titanic itself. Rescuers have focused their search on that area, trying to find the sub with potentially just hours before Titan's 5 passengers run out of oxygen. Among those on board, 2 billionaires and pilot Stockton Rush, who founded OceanGate in 2009. The company is located just a few hundred miles west of Spokane in Everett. Search teams are unsure if the vessel is sitting on the ocean floor where the conditions are near freezing and pitch black. Captain David Marquette was the naval commander of the submarine USS Santa Fe.
I think the most likely scenario, unfortunately, is they will not be found in time.
OceanGate has faced criticism. According to 2018 court filings, a former employee says he was fired after voicing concerns about the Titan, saying it posed potential danger to passengers as it reached extreme depths. The same year, engineer Bart Kemper signed a draft letter from the Marine Technology Society warning OceanGate that its submersible hadn't passed safety standards. In court documents filed this April, OceanGate said its submersive was capable of diving to the depth of the Titanic site with what it called a comfortable safety margin.
And Mark, even if rescue crews find the Titan, it would still be a challenge to bring it back to the surface.
All right, Kyle, thank you very much. Also new tonight, a Kellogg man is facing murder charges after investigators say he shot and killed a family of 4 that lived in the apartment above him. It happened on Sunday in Kellogg. Police say an 18-year-old in a neighboring apartment was accused of lewd, inappropriate behavior in front of a window in full view of young children outside. The children's father, Major John Kaler, is now accused of shooting and killing that teen and his entire family. The victims have been identified as Kenna Guardapi, her father Kenneth, and her 2 teenage sons, 18-year-old Devin Smith and 16-year-old Aiken Smith. A family friend tells us Kenna was a kind, hardworking single mother. Her sons are described as quiet. Aiken was a dedicated junior ROTC member looking to join the military after high school.
It still just doesn't even seem real. I don't think that they're actually gone, because I was just talking with Kenna. She just gave me a pool, you know, like she would give me stuff all the time that I needed. Because like I'm a young adult, you know, so it still doesn't even seem, you know, I don't even think it's set in yet.
Court records reveal there had been an ongoing argument between the victims and the suspect over the last few days. Kaler had accused the family of not taking his concerns about the 18-year-old's lewd behavior seriously enough. An affidavit says police responded and investigated, but at the time of the shooting, no charges had been filed. Meantime, the 26-year-old Army service member accused of shooting and killing 2 people near the Gorge Amphitheater over the weekend went before a judge for the first time this afternoon. He has officially been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. According to newly obtained court documents, the suspect, James M. Kelly, had taken mushrooms and said he was hallucinating at the time of the shooting, telling his girlfriend, quote, "The world is ending." The state requested no bail and the defense reserved all actions until attorneys are appointed. Kelly's arraignment is set for July 5th at 9 o'clock in the morning. Also new tonight, we have confirmed the 2 women shot and killed were traveling nurses at Swedish Hospital in Seattle. In a memo sent to staff today, the hospital system said in part, quote, "Nurses are the backbone of our healthcare industry, and both Brandy and Jocelyn embodied excellence and compassion in patient care." It went on to say their hearts go out to the victims' families during this difficult time. We also spoke with the Grant County Sheriff about the future of security during events at the Gorge. They said they debriefed with Live Nation, the owners of the Gorge, and they expect changes in the future, and they hope nothing like this will ever happen again. Well, just into our newsroom at this hour, we are tracking a deadly crash in Whitman County. According to the Washington State Patrol, at least 1 person is dead, another in critical condition. State Route 128 is blocked about 1 mile north of Clarkston. Right now, the cause and circumstances of that crash are not known, but according to troopers, there was either drugs or alcohol involved. This is a developing story. We will continue to bring you details just as soon as we learn them. And now to our night beat with a quick look at the day's top stories. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office arrested a suspect after they say that person rammed his truck into two fully marked patrol cars. According to deputies, they were investigating a report of a suspicious truck that was believed to have a gun inside. Deputies tried to box the truck in, but the driver, they say, then went into reverse and slammed into two patrol cars. 20-year-old Jonathan Hovland was taken into custody and booked into the Spokane County Jail on 2 counts of assault and attempting to elude law enforcement vehicles. A realistic-looking BB gun was found underneath the driver's seat, according to deputies. New tonight, the Cooney County Sheriff's Office arrested a Washington resident who they say fired multiple gunshots at another person during an argument. 43-year-old Michael Murphy was seen digging through a dumpster at the Wolf Lodge. Deputies say a witness confronted him, then an argument broke out. And that's when they say Murphy got a gun out of his car, fired several times, and then left. The witness was not hit. Murphy is charged with aggravated assault. And a stolen car has been found thanks to a flock camera that alerted Spokane County Sheriff's deputies to a stolen vehicle license plate on a white 90 Subaru. After that alert, deputies found the stolen car in a parking lot near Safeway on Francis and Monroe. 35-year-old Corey Gonzalez was arrested as the driver along with a passenger. Gonzalez said that he bought the car from a friend for $350 and, according to deputies, told them it was stolen. Gonzalez was booked into the Spokane County Jail for possession of a stolen motor vehicle. And that was your Night Beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just text us the word night to 509-448-2000 and we'll send them right to your phone. Well, happening right now in Texas, a major tornado is moving through the state. This video was taken in the town of Matador just hours ago, where buildings and trees were ripped apart. The town's still under a tornado warning. It's now been extended to the surrounding areas. Right now, officials are unable to say how many people are injured or if anyone was killed. All right, let's talk weather. It is officially the first day of summer, but it didn't really feel like it today. Let's get straight to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy the Goob. Jeremy, though, I will say it did warm up as we made our way into the evening tonight, though.
Right. Kind of weird that we hit our warmest time of the day, kind of in the 7 o'clock hour, late 6 o'clock hour. Pretty incredible, but look at that. It is 10:08 p.m. and we still have twilight here in Spokane. Next few nights, well, the sun sets about at a similar time, so all in all, not bad. We still sit in the 60s, 61 degrees currently, and our atmospheric trough remains in place. But what's changed is the storms. Showers now working their way out of the region, kind of falling apart and moving out. That's the name of the game. We'll see a little bit of cloud cover early tomorrow morning. Then it's more and more sunshine, with most of that moisture staying over in the Cascades. Even the west side remains mostly dry for most of the day. Even Friday's starting to look pretty good as that longer range forecast. So let's talk about it. Tomorrow, mostly sunny. 75 degrees. Friday, 84. Saturday, 84. And nothing but sunshine taking us into the weekend, and that heat is here to stay.
All right, sounds good, Jeremy. We'll check back in with you later in the broadcast. Well, we are just days away from the largest 3-on-3 basketball tournament in the world, but things are already happening within the past few hours. All brackets were released. So if you haven't yet, head to the Hoopfest website or app to find out when and where your first game is. The first day of play, by the way, is coming up on Saturday. Meantime, if you know someone heading in town for the big tournament, you might want to warn them Washington's average gas price for a gallon, the highest in the country right now. Today, the state's average more than $4.90 a gallon, with some counties already paying more than $5 a gallon. That is still near 60 cents lower than this same time last year. Gas prices have gone up an average of 30 cents just in the last month in Washington to make it number one. California comes in at number 2 with an average of $4.87 a gallon, followed by Hawaii, Oregon, and then Nevada. Caught on camera tonight the moment a car drives straight into a Florida gas station. According to investigators, 37-year-old Anthony Katosh hit a person and pushed them into the gas station, pinning them against the wall. Fortunately, that person only had minor injuries, but investigators say the crash was intentional. The driver has been charged with criminal mischief.